so much for joining us. As we always do before we get started, just want to thank you all for supporting the platform over these years. We are closing in at 100,000. We're at 82,000 subscribers right now. Guys, I will have a special giveaway. Okay, I'm going to have a special giveaway once we reach 100,000 subscribers. Again, I'm going to have a special. I'm going to have a special giveaway once we reach 100,000 subscribers. So make sure you like, share, and subscribe as well. Really appreciate the support. Go to dynastymirror.com. Again, go to dynastymirror.com. While you're there, buy the critically acclaimed sales book written by me. Again, written by me. Sales Motivation 101. Get off your arse and cold call. Okay, that is me in the slim fit suit right there. The slim fit European cut suit with the Windsor knot tie. That was my everyday get down when I was in these sales streets back when I was doing sales in corporate America. So guys, please go and cop a copy of this book. Go to dynastymirror.com. It will direct you to amazon.com. And while you're there, I have other books I've written. Everybody who's watched this, who is watching this, you need to buy a book. You know, there's 80,000 of you who are over 80,000 of you, 81,000 of you who are subscribed. Each one of you need to have a shirt or a book or something. Okay, so go and support and buy a tangible product. People are always talking tangibles. We're gonna get tangibles for our politicians. You know, so Dynasty's like, look, I'm going to create tangibles that you guys could buy in order for the support. So to support me, I'm saying, I got tangibles for you guys. So you're not just giving a donation or whatever you want to call it. You actually can buy a book, buy a shirt. You got tangibles. So go to dynastymirror.com and acquire, buy something. While you're there, join the email list as well. Please join the email list. And then become a monthly Patreon. Patreon.com, search for Uhuru. Again, become a monthly Patreon. Nigeria makes killer suits instead of European. Okay, this is my corporate America days. You know, I couldn't wear the traditional. If I showed up to my job in my kaftan, they probably would have sent me home. Again, this was when I was in corporate America. So, yeah, guys. So make sure you go to patreon.com, search for Uhuru. Again, patreon.com, search for Uhuru. Become a monthly Patreon. You guys, again, we greatly appreciate the support. And again, the money you guys put in, or the money you guys contribute, or when you buy a product, I put that money back into the business as well. So, it helps us grow. Without further ado, we have my brother on today, Brother Fitzgerald Stevens.
Hey, good afternoon, everyone.
And today's topic is age discrimination an issue in corporate America? Now, BK from the Rockies. Now, I changed the title, but I guess BK from the Rockies saw the title from the earlier title, and he responded, "They sure did. If you were old and not a manager, you were moved out. I have family that dealt with this long ago." So, well, I guess so. And I know working in corporate America during especially the type of sales that I did. I mean, they considered a young man's game. Like, for the most part, from the teams I've been on, except for my most recent stint here in Atlanta, but even then that somewhat changed after two of the so-called older reps, after they left, then they started bringing in just younger people. I mean, it's a young man's game,
Generally, young cats can't sell.
Yeah.
Yeah, generally they can't. They come out of school, they have the look, or they're hired.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is it's a young man's game, meaning they primarily hire younger people for the roles versus older people if you're trying to get on, for the most part.
Oh, okay, yeah, but most of our reps, but they were not young, just coming out. They didn't have the experience.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we had to keep the professionalism and the look, because a lot of people's mindset is, okay, someone wants to look at a nice female, and that'll draw them in. But that nice female don't know how to close. That don't mean
Will they be
anything.
closing?
And then, you better be closing. You better know what the heck you talk about. And after you talk to someone like me after a while, then first of all, your nice female stuff and the way you look, hey, that's not really a consequence to me. I'm looking, do you know your stuff? Do you know what the product does it meet a need that I have? And am very logically minded, very logical oriented. I'm going to ask questions. You better have answers to them. If you're going to justify me coming out of my money out of my pocket. I mean, now Girl Scout cookies. Maybe I'll just go ahead and get the Girl Scout cookies from because the kids are trying to do something. But or big ticket items like cars, computers. You want me to buy things like that? You better know what you're talking about. So. When it's a whole lot, into, and when you get into moving products, or you get into moving goods or service, or you're trying to persuade people to do business with you, product knowledge is highly valuable. I mean, you can't come in there with your shirt with all coffee stains on it, and your breath smell like you've been eating onions and all that kind of stuff, and your personal hygiene's off. I mean, all those are the aesthetics of the sales, and they're very, very important. But when you really get down to talking with, especially in the more with the competition, people out there generally are looking to sell you just like this other competitor is doing with their product, and you better be able to talk to them on how the value is added to you making a purchase and doing business with them, and does it fit a need? And everything has to involve that. And for the most part, it takes years to get in that. It takes years to build that credibility, build that knowledge. You can come out the gates and what we call wonder kids. No, Mr. Dean, it applies. My words apply, and the same thing. And I'll say you why. Mr. Dean said, "Less is financial service." Now, I want to say something that a boss of mine taught me. And when I was first coming out selling software, man, I was knocking out the box. And my boss was by far one of the best salespersons I've ever seen. I've had the privilege of working with two men like that. One was Tony Sotillo, Dr. Anthony Paul Ricciazzi, should I say? Mm-hmm. And then the other one was Mr. David Higgins, both up in Western New York and Buffalo, a very, very depressed market. But these guys were flat out geniuses when it came to moving products, and what Mr. Ricciazzi taught me, right? He said, because I came to him and said, "Hey, I hit a wall here. I can't do anything. I can't go in." He said, "Fitzgerald, when you sell your warm market, the people like your friends and families and the people after you do that, now your skill comes out. Because you probably can't mess it up with someone who knows you, or they have a liking for you and stuff like that. But now, and you'll burn through that kind of quick. Maybe depending on what you're doing, you can burn through that maybe at least a couple of weeks, definitely like less than 3 months.
Right.
Okay. And so once you do that, then your skills got to come out. Then your skills, and you have to develop those skills, like reading books, like what the gentleman's talking about right there, getting off and cold call. These are skills. Picking up the phone are skills. Persuasion skill. Listening is a huge skill. Huge skill. The great late Albert Bass taught me, that Fitzgerald, if you listen, people tell you exactly how to sell them.
Right.
And things like that. Now, why are we saying like this? Why are we with age discrimination, and what does that have to do with selling? Everything. Selling is everything in business, ladies and gentlemen. Selling is business. You have to bring value. Now, if they're going to be like in my age, 56 and stuff. Now, I could possibly fall in that age discrimination easily. I can age to fall in that. So I accent more on my experience, and plus, I keep myself physically up and physically appealing. I know that has a lot to do when you get in sales, and I'm articulate, I'm well read and things. So I know I got I know I have things that are far as from my benefits, but that's what you concentrate on. The number one thing you concentrated, I close.
Right.
I close. No, I close. You're sitting in front of a man like me. What's your closing ratio?
Right.
Give me your number. What do you mean by that? Hey, for every 10 people, how many do you close? How many you get to sign on the dotted line? My closure ratio is somewhere like a 3.5 to 4.5 for every 10 people I get in front of. No, and that takes skills. That takes a lot of instinctive skills that you benefit. You got to go to seminars. You got to talk to the mirrors of the world. You have to see how they're doing, because you know what, if you can bring value to an organization, you have security. You really do. More likely, and here's how you really know here's how you really know if you're at the top of your game, and you're moving towards the top, which all of us aspire to do.
Right.
People are constantly trying to hire you away.
Mm.
You are constantly getting offers to be hired away. Now they'll drop little hints. Hey, if anything ever go wrong over there, Fitzgerald, give me a call.
You got a job over here. You got a job over here.
Some of them be flat out. Some of them be flat out bold. How much money you making over there? What? What's your number? What's your money make? Okay. I'm making 80,000, 95,000 right here, right now. You come work for me? Because they're seeing what you're doing, and literally it's the way it works. I've been some of those situations. Hey, you know what? You want to come work over here? Yeah. Is it right? It's good? What do you think? And so you're constantly adding value. So the age discrimination, yes and no. It does happen, but that's why you have to move, ladies and gentlemen, put yourself in the top 10% of value adders in the country, in the nation, because the top 10%, they're never unemployed. They can take this in any area, in any arena. All Prince Amir and I did, we took our sales skills, our persuasion skills, our people skills, our hustle, our competitive nature, our not saying no, our strong will, and we just transformed it into open our own business for ourselves. We transformed it into the networking business. We just became networkers, but still the same thing is there. So you have to concentrate on bringing value. Yes, there is age discrimination, absolutely. And some companies, hey, they have. It's almost like they have the Menudo principle. You may remember there's the Spanish boy band that called Menudo.
I remember Menudo.
And when you got a certain age, I want to say about 2018, they kicked you out the band.
Yeah, boy bands. Like,
exactly. They kick you out the band. That you
can't be a boy band at 40.
Yeah. I don't care how good you were. They really got with you, and so we don't want to accentuate on the negative, but understand discrimination's out there. In my opinion, age discrimination is the hardest to prove. That's why I don't like, when I don't like putting my year when I graduated college. I put my year when I graduated college, 1988. What is that going to tell you?
All right.
I my bachelor's degree from University of Alabama is 1988. All someone's doing is doing the math. So that generally you're coming out of school 23, 24. So or I don't like putting my age or I don't like the one to say, hey, what color are you? Man, what does that got to do with the job? It has a lot of things to do whether you don't get the job. They like to say, well, we're trying to promote fairness. Well, it don't seem to work that way. It doesn't seem to work that way. So you have to concentrate on what value you're bringing. With any,
right, you just said something. It doesn't seem to work that way.
It don't work that way. Don't work that way. Don't work that way. How old are you? What year you graduated? A lot of times I put it N/A, not applicable. No, because there you do have rights with your applications in this country. I don't know our African brothers and sisters, or the South American or the Europeans. I don't know how they work, but over here they have federal discrimination thing. They can ask you that, but you look down at print, it says voluntary. You're not legally required to give that. Just like if someone if I had someone who was working for me and they did a real poor job, and I fired them, and Dynas called me for a reference, and I didn't know him like I do now, and he said, "Hey, what do you think about Phil?" I can't speak. Phil could have showed up. I know he showed up late. I know he did a poor job. I know he stole from me. I know he did all that. Based legally, I'm only required either he worked for me or he did not. He's protected. He really is protected. And so are you. So when someone no one has any right to ask you what your age is. They can ask you, are you a naturalized citizen of that country? Yeah. And as far as with the United States, but anything over that, don't volunteer anything you don't have to. That'll increase your chances. Do not volunteer any information you don't have to. If they say voluntarily, don't do it. If it's not required, don't give it. No, so it's about adding value, because if you can't add value, what you're doing, you are subject to being replaced. And so I don't really see it much as age discrimination. As somewhere along the line, that person is deemed that they're not adding enough value, because I met elder salespeople, elder people within things, but they produce like the Dickens. I mean, you can't, they're fine. There's a guy named Chino. I want to say Chino Brown, but I think that's not his last name, but the first name is Chino. Chino is a guy when I first started my insurance career up in New York. He worked for a company called Combined Insurance, and that's where I got my direct sales insurance experience, going directly out door to door. Very valuable experience. Chino has been with Combined Insurance for over 60 years. Chino's is in his 80s, and he's still considered highly valuable. He produces one job over 60 years. No, but he produces. And so what we need to think about is, what value can you add? What value are you adding? How do you add value? Acquire more skills. You're expected in the computer age to know how to maneuver around maneuver websites. You're expected to know how to copy and paste. You're expected to know how to do Word documents. You're expected to know how to do texts. You're expected to know how to do Zoom platform, the PowerPoint platform, Excel. You're expected to know how to do that. It used to be that you got big bonuses if you could, a different look. You're expected to know how to run the Microsoft platform. No, some of you are expected to know how to operate Salesforce. You're expected to know how to do that. You're expected to know how to set up teleconference meetings from your home. Now, that's what it is. You're expected to know how to network, not necessarily going out and beating the streets and doing that. You're expected to know how to bring value over the World Wide Web. You're literally expected to do that. And so they deem you like, hey, no, I don't want to learn this. That's too hard for me to do. I'd rather do it the old way. Well, good night. You're going to go the old way, the way of the dinosaur. You're going to be getting rid of. They're going to get rid of you. Now, so take it serious. You get increase your skills. Dynas, what was your major in college?
Agricultural business.
Agriculture. So agriculture business, that rings a bell to me because I grew up on a farm.
Right.
Okay. Then tell me, how in the world did you learn how to set up websites? How did you learn how to stream videos? How did you learn how to put multiple people on the same platform? How did you learn how to do that? How did you learn how to operate smartphones and computer system stuff? I'm gonna let you guys
Google and YouTube.
Google and YouTube, but you never let you learn. I'm gonna let you guys know an interesting secret right here that one of Prince Amir, in my many conversations that we often have before the show. No, he has 80-something thousand subscribers, and I asked him. I said, I'm looking to do some search engine optimization on my site. And he said, yeah, I got to do that. I said, wait a minute. You mean to tell me you grew a channel over 80,000 people organically without any search engine optimization? He said, yeah. I'm like, God, that's incredible. How did you do that? That's a skill. That is a high skill. That skill of promotion, and that brings value. And what is the result of that skill? Yeah, he don't work for nobody else. What is the result of his skill for him doing his referral-based marketing business through FreeBay? He doesn't work for anybody else.
Guys, that being said, in the chat room, my FreeBay link, my FreeBay affiliate link, click on that affiliate link, sign up as an affiliate. Is also scrolling at the bottom of the ticker and will be in the description. Click on that link, sign up as an affiliate. I will call you and we'll get you guys up and running with FreeBay so you can have your own, not only just gold franchise, self-help franchise, as far as the
cryptocurrency.
Right, and then cryptocurrency as well.
Yeah.
Training, cryptocurrency training as well. Come on, Buck. All right, go ahead for sure.
Yeah, and so he took some of those skills
I'm sorry, personal development.
Yeah, personal development. So, and exactly that's why he is where he is right now, because of personal development. You have to, earners are readers, or earners are learners. Because the market is constantly taking the market is constantly changing. It's constantly changing. So that's what I would advocate. Just develop skills and keep working on them. See what niche that you can fill, and get the skills that you need to learn to get to fill that niche, and make yourself dang near irreplaceable. Then once you have, and while you're acquiring those skills, also use a little bit of your skills to build a financial platform for you and your family that you own, in addition to working for someone else or just working for someone else. Prince Amir, I'm finished with that, man. It's just something I really truly believe in.
Right. So as far as the age discrimination, do you think that's really? I think you said that it's not. Did you say it's not as big as an issue, you think, or is it?
No, I don't think it's a big issue at all. Listen, Dynas, listen. I have an employee who wants to talk to me tomorrow. Mm-hmm. I'm 5'6", 56. Mm-hmm. I constantly get things from LinkedIn. Hey, you want this job, Fitzgerald? We got this job. I'm 56. Mm-hmm. I'm 56, Southern black man. Like y'all couldn't see I was black. No, I go. I'm constantly approached. Hey, we're seeing some things like, would you like this based on what your resume is? What, sure, we have this software development, this job, this sales job right here. Do you want it? I'm at the point like, well, what you guys looking at right now? Okay, well, 95,000. What I got to do 95,000? 100 hours a week? I don't think so, because that's going to cut my salary down and something like that. Do I have to travel more than 50% of my time? Okay, I can consider that. I've done that before. What's my radius? Do I have to would I have to travel from Tampa to Miami to Orlando and all those places? I probably don't want that. Okay. Does it involve any heavy lifting? I can do it, but I don't want to do that. So I'm having the ability to determine what I want to do. Now the company I'm dealing with tomorrow just have to be a global brand. I'm not going to say, but let's just say they ship everything all over the world a lot, and it starts with an A. Okay. They reached out to them. They reached back to me. Say, hey, let's go ahead and do things. We like your skill set. And ask me about my age. And I have never really ran into that much, Dynas. The discrimination, racial discrimination. That's the biggest one. Age discrimination, I don't count it. Not me, because I know I have a particular set of skills that, it's still being highly marketable. I can move merchandise in your company. Mm-hmm. I can get people to buy your merchandise, which makes me highly valuable. No, some guy in distributor, he wants to fill the order. Wants to fill the order. Some guy in corporate and human resources, they want to tell how you can't how you can conduct yourself in speech and dress on a job. The guy who sweeps the floors and all those things, those things are great. None of them are more important than a man or woman who can bring revenue into the company.
Right.
That's just the way it works. That's what I concentrate on. I concentrate on getting you revenue, and particularly new business. No, and so I get that skill is still needed everywhere business is conducted. They have to have people who go out and get the revenue. That's what I do. Now that's what I specialize on. And before my in my immaturity at times, I thought, oh man, I'm just selling. Oh, I got to do selling, man. I don't want to do that, because I looked at it negative like many of you do. Let me tell you, the people who can to persuade people to do that and purchase that good or service and get the check, they are the most highly compensated in the organization.
Mm-hmm.
Now, that's what I do with my networking business. That's what I've done with my own businesses that I started. You live and die. You live and die by the value you create. So no, I don't see it. Now, how do you get around discrimination? Simple. Just start your own.
Start your own.
Simple. Just start your own. Take those skills that you have acquired, sir, ma'am, and build your own platform. Then you don't need to worry about someone telling you, you know what? You can't wear your natural hair that God gave you. Those dreadlocks. What do you call that? You have to cover that up. Now I can come in here wearing my hair blue and white. If I'm other races, I can paint it. I can paint it flaming pink. That's good for me. But you can't wear your natural God-given curls or your dreadlocks or your thing. You can't do that. I mean, This is what we're. Seriously, this is what we're doing. This is what some people are having to deal with. But so rather me, hey, let's go out and create our own, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go create our own. While we're working, let's take our skills that we have learned by our college education, our sheer personality, our will, or our training or our mentorship. And rather than putting all that to work for someone else, let's shift of it to work for a platform that we build for ourselves, and then a wealth income stream that we build for ourselves and our family, until eventually we can actually shift off the other platform should we want to. Then we don't need to worry about someone telling us about what kind of hair you can't wear. No. I'm not being joking. Or that garb looks too ethnic. Diane, she just said something, man. And you said, hey, you would have been at your former company, and because the gentleman said Nigerians make great suits. Okay. Right. And you said, man, I couldn't wear that there because I would have probably been called. He's not joking. He's not joking, but he can easily wear that on his platform. He can put it on right now. Yeah. And on his platform, and no one can pull him over to the side. Hey, man, let me talk to you. Brother, I don't know, man. I don't know what you.
Right. Yeah. I don't know.
That ain't appealing to our market. That ain't appealing, man. Please. He don't need to worry about doing that, nor do you. So if anything, I will lead you guys about, yes, age discrimination does help. I mean, age discrimination does happen. Only to the ones who are not putting themselves in a perpetual state of learning, where they can acquire more skills and thus bring more value. Because you can do that. Companies may not like you, but they're going to like the results that you produce, and that's the only thing companies like. This book right here, probably heard me say it before. Oh gosh, where in the heck is it? Upstairs. Upstairs. Okay, it's called A Challenger Sale, and please read that book.
I have it on my Audible. Hold on.
The Challenger Sale. Okay, it talks about like 5 different tiers of producers, revenue producers, and then you have the relationship builder. That's the guy who all the fuzzy warmers. That's how I used to be. They would go in there. Anything you need, call me. They do all right, but they don't really make for the most part. They found out that they really wasn't the highest paid ones of the group. Then you have the people pleaser. Well, you already know that. They're going to do anything, but if they can deliver, they can anything just to say that they get the sale. Yeah, the challenger sale. And then they had another sector. They had another guy. This guy's called a lone wolf. This guy called a lone wolf. That's one I was metamorphosizing in. Lone wolf, we just did our own thing. And we probably wouldn't show up at a meeting sometime and everything. And, we didn't like that stat, like that, man, hell with that. I can do better than that. But the reason why you couldn't move on a person like the lone wolf, because the lone wolf produces. The lone wolf, he or she might have a cantankerous personality, but they brought revenue in. Really wasn't liked a lot by their managers or really something about support, but they couldn't deny their numbers. That was the top producer. The top producer is the one called the challenger, hence the book, The Challenger Sale. The challenger is not afraid to confront their customers. They're not afraid to challenge their customers. For example, hey, do you look for ways to make money? No, I'm good. No, you're not. See, now, no other person besides the challenger would say that. And they say, this is why you're not good. Listen, if you don't open up your home-based business, you don't do like a freebie account, you don't start saving in gold, if you don't learn how to start trading in cryptocurrency and getting a strong financial education, you're going to be broke at the end of your term. If you don't learn these skills like that, you are going to be broke. That's a challenger. And you can grow your wealth somewhere down there with 10% a year, depending on how much you're ready to dedicate to it. And you can shave somewhere along the line about maybe 15 years off your retirement age and be able to spend the time what you want. Here's how we're going to do it. See, they challenge. They just don't take, hey, you look for any ways to make money? No. Okay. You look for any ways to make money? No. I'm sorry I bothered you. I'm sorry. You're going to be broke. You keep your income options open. Man, get out of here. All right. I'll tell you what, time's not good for you right now. I'm going to call you back in 2 months. Maybe the time may be different. Oh, whatever. Challenger's guy, he's going to say, hey, what do you mean? There's a pandemic around and you're making all the money and your family's making all the money and you're not, you're good, or you're not concerned about anybody else. See, but it takes some large ones to do that. No, I can do it. I had to learn how. They are the most highly paid. They don't never go nowhere. They leave because they want to leave. Those are the guys who, like my age, okay, well, Fitzgerald, you may be thinking about retirement, but man, you want to come out here, we got something for you. I get those calls. Because, I don't have a problem, man. Like, hey, you need to set your own business up. You guys just playing. You always trying to scheme someone, and you look like you're trying to really get old people. I tell you what, dog, what the hell are you doing?
All right.
Do you got anything to offer people? Are you bringing value? Are you putting money in people's pockets with your rhetoric, or you just listen to yourself saying stupid conversation? See, I have the ability to do that, and I can do it real nice. Okay, or I could clean that up a little bit like this. Hey, I respect your opinion, which I don't. But listen, I'm curious. What do you have to offer? How are you creating real income streams? Perhaps I'm wrong. I'm not. Show me what you have. I would like to see it. That's a challenge. That's a proper challenge. Don't do it the first way. The first way, what I said, that's not the way to do it. But see, and they found that the people who could consistently do that, Prince Amir, they're always employed. They make the most money. And Fitzgerald, well, okay, I'm not a salesman. Yes, you are. You just don't know it. If you're an attorney, you have to do a certain amount of cases, and you have to sell your boss, the managing partner, that you're worthy of more lucrative cases, and even worthy of becoming a partner one day. If you're an accountant, you have to be able to find critical errors and be able to use cost saving measures, or find things that we need to either eliminate or we need to add to increase our bottom line. And you need to convince them that you're better doing it than everybody else.
All right.
So you can manage the group of accountants and team over them. If you're a janitor, you need to convince people that your cleaning is the best. And maybe instead of you cleaning, just one room, you need to be cleaning their whole factory with your company. See, we all do it. We all do it. If you in the ways of love and romance, well, you better be able to talk to the one who you're interested in a way that they want to be with you. Or you just think because you're going to show up, they just go, oh God, you're the one. Come on. It worked for me like that. Maybe it worked for Prince Amir like that. He has it like that. He's a good looking cat. Maybe he just needs to stay there, just stare, whatever. but the most part, if you're a parent, you got to convince your children that maybe it's best for them to eat their vegetables as opposed to their cotton candy first. Now, if you're on the job, you got to convince your boss that you are the one to stay on the job while they're firing everyone else. You bring so much value. You are an essential employee. So we all do it. What I'm just advocating, okay, if you're dealing with this discrimination stuff, which you're going to inadvertently, whether you realize or not, you're going to, happens to other races too, not just the one that I'm a part of. Happens to other races too, but you have to say, okay, if I see this trajectory getting ready to go here, while I'm working, let me build a financial platform that I own. Let me become skilled in the ways of making money. Let me get a financial education so I can build an income stream that's going to come in that I own, that I control. So I could start me a home-based business. Or a business, preferably home-based business, because it's so much better and the margins so much more incredible because you don't have that overhead, that I can bring wealth uncapped in my house while I'm working with someone that eventually will replace me from doing what I want to do. So I can get with the business of using my time the way I want to use my time for me and my family. Because, ladies and gentlemen, as Stephen Jobs said, your time is limited.
Right.
So understand something. Understand this. In addition to being very, very pragmatic, I'm also a realist. I deal with things the way they are, not the way that I think things should be. Man, boy, that caused the chest pains that's really stopping me when I understood that. Okay, I deal with the world the way it is. And then I adapt to that. And start making changes to shape the world that I want, to build the world that I want. But I deal with the world in the terms that it is. Like for example, in the world of business, you heard me say this many times. They have but one question for you.
You got the money.
Do you have the money or do you not? That's the only question. They don't care if it's other people's money. They don't care if it's borrowed money. They don't care if it's earned money. I don't care what it is. Do you have the money or do you not? Okay. You're going to use other people's money? Okay. Get ready to give up more of your interest by doing that, because other people are going to require something for their money. If you have a great business idea and I invest in it, guess what? I'm going to have a percentage of your gain.
Right.
Okay. That's it. That's how it is. But if you can learn financial education in order to learn skills that can raise your value and raise your earning power, and then take that earning power and divert it into assets or divert it into gold, or learn how to crypto trade, or learn how these newfangled technologies where you can build your wealth stream, that's invaluable. No, that's invaluable stuff. I've been walked off a job. I have not got positions because of my race. Yes. No. And one I know very, 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 very well. It happened to me when I used to work at a company called Car Temps. It was owned by Wayne Huizinga, of Waste Management. Mm-hmm.
Miami Dolphins.
Who sold Miami Dolphins. Yeah. And so he started this company. And that was a car rental company, because car rentals is a huge block of business. And so I was working in Atlanta, Georgia, when I first shortly after I first moved there back in 1997. I was there from 97 to 2012 rather. And so while in Atlanta, Georgia, I was working on Piedmont Road next to the Buckhead Land Rover Jaguar dealership.
Know exactly where you're at. Know exactly where you're at.
There's a building right next door to that. Okay, so
by that BP gas station.
Exactly, but right from the BP gas station.
The Mercedes dealership is right down. I know exactly. Miami Circle. I know exactly where you're at. Yeah.
And so here I am. I'm much younger than I am now, obviously. And I wanted to get into sales. I wanted to be a salesperson because I knew money was in outside sales. Now I had the degree. I had the degree, and I had the skills, but I was never given an opportunity. And so when I would say something to my boss, who's younger than me, same thing like that, younger than me rather, and he had an MBA. I'll give it to him. So he was more educated than me, and so I kept asking, "Hey man, I would like to apply for one of these sales jobs." He always kept giving me the runaround. He said, "Well, that's up to the district manager." That's what with the district manager. Yeah. So the district manager was a pretty reasonable fellow to talk to, approachable. And so I see I wasn't getting anywhere, and this is where that challenger stuff come in. This is where you're going to need to do something, and you understand you could lose to this, but after all, it's sometimes by not doing anything, you're already lost. You figure you don't have anything else to do. So this is where that challenger came in, that personality I have right here. I went directly. I bypassed the boss that my branch manager keeps obviously giving me a runaround. Dude, I ain't concerned about you. You getting in the paper and you getting in the way of my money and my advancement. I care less about you. So I flanked him, and I didn't ask him permission. I went directly to the district manager, and I said, okay, tell me what's going on. What do I need to do with the sales to grab the sales position? I have my degree. I have experience. I've even came from other store experience. He ran me around. Okay. Finally, my branch manager saw that boldness about me, and he called me to the side. He said, "So Fitzgerald, I'll tell you what's going on, and I kid you not. I'm not going to use names." He said, "You remember when you went to you made that delivery to that store there in Kennesaw?" I said, "Yeah." So yeah, I remember it. Talked to the guy and everything. Different kind of cat, but did what I was supposed to do. He said he called down here, and he said, "Do not let that nigger come back up in my shop again." That's what he said. And he said because he said that, rather than the guy's like, "Okay, man, we just going to cut your thing off. Hell, we ain't going to do business with it." He didn't. They ran me around, and they put a young Caucasian female up in there who I was eons more qualified. Right. But I respected that man, and I respect it now because he had the guts enough to tell me what was going on. Nevertheless, I left that company because they didn't value me, and I see I wasn't going to get anywhere.
Are they still there? Is that company still there? I don't think.
No, it's out of business. It's out of business. As I stated earlier on another stream, my name is John Fitzgerald Stevens. I don't stay anywhere where I don't prosper.
Right.
I don't stay with anyone that I don't prosper. I simply don't believe in it. I do not stay anywhere where I don't prosper. And if you have proved yourself that I can't prosper with you, or I can't prosper in this location, I get the heck on. Oh, I make a determination. I try everything I can. I'll work with you. I'll sit around and jump through your hoop. But so far, if I'm seeing that a place or a person is diametrically opposed to my prosperity, I leave you the heck alone, and I drop you on a dime. It's a life principle you have to have, and not many people can do that. Some people can go down with the ship. No, I get on another ship. I ain't going down to the bottom of the oceans. All right. I'm not going to do that. So you have to be able to make those assertions about yourself. But if you stay on someone else's platform, you will be discriminated against. Right. You will be held back. Oh, not everyone. I know some of you are deception out there. I know some of you. Have really, really, been blessed in what with your career choices and with your thing. You're in maybe the right network, maybe the right fraternity. Maybe you have the right. Maybe you have the right organizations. Great, but the majority of people don't work like that. The majority of people don't work like that. So what's the antidote to all this discrimination? What's the antidote to all this uncertainty? Build your own business. Build your own revenue streams. Build something that you can have, that you own flat out. No, we talk about a company called Freebay. Many of you guys used to know us heard us talk about Carrot Bars. Well, Carrot Bars metamorphosized into Freebay. Actually put more money, way more money into the plan. Extremely a lot more money. Right. No, added more value. We still do gold. We still saving gold, which is an asset. Now you have the option of learning crypto training through a teaching system right there. And you have the options of still running a business like 149 countries around the world on a cell phone. It's just another income stream. Dynass and I, we were sitting around there talking about, man, I called him up and I said, hey, Dynass, look like there is more money in this, and what do we do? Oh man, we got to learn something over again. No, we're entrepreneurs. We're flexible. This is how we have to do it. So let's go ahead and plug into the training. The training's coming around there, and let's put this out. And because we did very well with our last run, we can even do more for people right here. And you have to have that. There's not a guarantee that when I go out tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen, they're going to say, "Oh, Fitzgerald, you got the job. We love you." I mean, you know how many people are competing for jobs these days? You know how many people are competing for the job market? It's a hot job market. And like in Florida, oh wow, man! How many people are going and fight for the same job? But in my business and my Freebay business and my YouTube business and all that, I don't have no competition. I've yet to get one notice for someone telling me, you need to come see the office, or we're going to have to cut back, and there's going to be some changes around here. Yeah, there's going to be some changes around here when I decide there are going to be changes. So no one, I have no one telling me what type of income I can make, when I can make it, who I can work with, where I can work, what hours I work. What can I say on my platforms? What products can I add, or what products can I eliminate? Prince Amir and I are partners. Well, let's just say if I was working at my other company, they would let me be a partner with him. You know how? As long as he can get me referrals. Right. And I could be a partner with his on his job. How? As long as I can get him referrals. But we got this project together for our two companies, and we're going to make, we think this will be a dynamite move, because we see a niche not giving it to the urban neighborhood and stuff like that. We don't think that'll work. Right. And they can veto us. And so make yourself more valuable. Dynass, I'll let you take this more, man. So I actually said more than enough. Oh, incidentally, go ahead. Ladies and gentlemen, when I talk to you, I'm talking to you from personal experience. I'm talking to you from 56 years of experience. I started in the job market when I started my first job. I was working at a first job. I was on someone's payroll. Now he was paying me on the table, come to think of it, the cat up. And I was at 18 years old when I was working in a cardboard factory in Jacksonville, Florida. That's the first time. And so 18 till now, I've been working. And so I've learned so much about people and the quirks and the how to deal with systems. When you think this is a good opportunity for the career growth, and when they're just blowing a whole bunch of smoke up you, they try to get you to build their stuff, and they're going to expose you. Dynass, I had a job one time up in New York, man, and black gentleman. He was a young kid, man. And they was interviewing him, and he asked me the question, well, tell me why I should hire you. Mm-hmm. I went through the thing because I didn't know any better. Had he would ask me that question right now, man, I would have put him through the floor verbally, because it was a stupid question. Well, okay. Well, what would you have said if he would have asked you today? That same question? It was the way he said it. It was a condescending way. It was not what he said. It was the way he said it.
So how would you respond today if he would have asked you that same question?
I close.
Hmm?
I close.
Okay.
That's what I would have said to him. I close. I produce. Okay. That's what I would say. A simple man like him merited a very simple answer. Mm-hmm. Okay. Anything more complex probably wouldn't even, it would probably blew right past him. That's how much I thought of him. But what changed was the fact that he said, okay, go ahead and write me down. Write me down like 100 names and go ahead and give them. Then we'll let you know if we'll let you know if we're going to accept you.
100 names.
100 names. He wanted my contact list before he hired me.
A company to call on, I guess.
He wanted my contact list. As salespeople, you're only good as your contact list.
Okay, so Fitzgerald, he wanted your contact list. If they didn't hire you, they probably would have called your contact list.
Yeah, before he called me. So obviously he did that. That was a major insult to me, and I let him know it. I let him know it. Once again, my expressions that go on my face. So after that, man, I'm like, please. No, so I got the heck out of there. Never respecting him since, and even now, as far as for that. But you got people try you. Some people, if you don't think that you have value, that you can go down the street and you can find another job, you were given that list, and they would use you, right. and they would use your context to build an empire, and you get nothing from it. Right. No, and so or you're in a situation where you can't do anything right. I've been in a job like that before. You can't do anything right, and because they're trying to get rid of it, they're trying to get you to quit. Dynas was in a position they're trying to get him to do that, quit. But I'm sorry, Dynas, they weren't trying to get Dynas to quit. Dynas is trying to get him to fire you, so that fired on it right there. And so it's kind of funny, but yeah, discrimination is out there, ladies and gentlemen. But never is it out there if you build something of your own. All right. As long as you subject yourself to work on someone else's platform and hoping they'll keep you there, and hoping you keep your head down, and hoping that everything will be all right, and hoping that, get ready for discrimination, get ready for the shenanigans, get ready for the decrease in pay or the decrease in position, which often comes with a decrease in pay. Get ready for all that stuff that you say you want, because that people are not going to change. They can pass all the laws they want until the heart changes of an individual. The laws don't mean nothing. If they find a way to skate around those, they're going to do so. So we advocate business ownership. We advocate home business ownership. We advocate creating wealth streams. When I say we, Prince Amir and I, when I come on this stream, I definitely advocated on my YouTube channel, Find Ways to Win. Absolutely, because that's the only way you can win. That's the only way you can win, really, long term, by having your own program, setting your own agenda. That's the only way you can win. You can make progress on someone else's clock, but for so long. But if new ownership and new management or new change of direction, you're expendable. You're expendable. And you have to work very hard to prevent that. You have to be wise. You have to be a one who's not afraid to lose. You have to be one that has gusto to take that chance. No, you ain't taking a chance on your stuff. I take more of a chance working for Prince Dynas Amir than I ever take for working for myself. I don't know about Amir, but I definitely know about Fitzgerald. All right. I know I'm going to work in my best interest. And and that's what you have to do, or get ready to constantly keep going through these get ready to constantly keep drinking Maalox, Pepto-Bismol, get constantly ready to be popping Advil and Tylenol to stop the heads from hurting. Get constantly ready to deal with the nuances of an unhappy spouse because you're working so much, or you're staying at the job more than you're staying home. Get ready to do that. You can't control your own time and your own money and stuff like that. Get ready to have all those problems that it brings. Get ready for someone telling you, hey, you know what? This COVID thing is happening. We're going to have to let you go. No, get ready for that. And you better have a B plan if you don't have a vision to start something of your own. I mean, with the free bay, it's free to join. Free to join. This time, Dynas, you don't even need a package to get units. For those of you who know what I was talking about it in the thing. Now, why would you want one in package? Okay, so that gives you the platform. Far as for the cryptocurrency, that you can get your gold and you can learn a valuable skill. That's what that's for. But you not make money. For many of you who are already, as far as within your carrot bar business, and you already have packages, you're grandfathered into the business already. For those of you who are new, Prince Amir has a link right there. That you can register for free. Then we do trainings every day, Monday through Friday, 9 p.m. Eastern and 12 p.m.
Is it 9 or 10? Is 9?
9, and then we go into a 10 training. That's generally, yeah.
Okay.
Delco is doing like a Mr. Delco is doing like a 10 training, but generally it starts at 9. So okay. How do you make money in this business? Simply take action. Register your free account. When you register, it takes about 7 minutes to do that. And then you're going to get an email from Freebay. Just click on to verify your account. And then Prince Amir is going to give you a call. And then he's going to plug you into a Telegraph link where you can get the training and you learn what you need to learn. Then how do you build a network? Can you ask someone they look for ways to make money? Can you send someone to a video training session? Can you repeat that? That's all we do. I mean, Dynas and I build a team all over the world with the former company. I still have that same team. Still had that same team. Still earning residual income, and so can you. No, it's a thing. And so when we look at that, we understand that we have to do something, ladies and gentlemen, and so do you. You have to do something. Some of you think you're all right, and that's good. Some of you are making a great salary. That's good, but you don't really have the time that you want. You don't really have the time freedom that you need. See, making good money, as they would say, good money without having your time to enjoy that. That's really not good. Okay. Then you have the other people. They're not making a lot of money, but they have a lot of time. That's not good. You have to have a work-life balance, and you have to make money on one hand, and you have to have the time to enjoy it on the other hand. And like Warren Buffett said, if you don't find a way to make money while you sleep, you're going to work until you die. No. Prince Amir says, titles are not sexy. Income is. Mr. Michael Delco said, if you don't come from a wealthy family needs to come from you. And as Fitzgerald Stevens would say, if you don't make moves are going to be made on you. Do you know if you're your boss, nobody can discriminate against you? Ma'am, do you know that you can get paid just as much as a man or men if you have your own business because you determine that? Think about what I just said. You don't need to worry about someone trying to hit on you if you own the own game. Because you can hit on them, but the way you hit on them, just say, get out of my company.
All right.
You know that you can open up markets, and you know that you can work from home and still enjoy your children while they're around you, while you have to, before they're grown and get out the house and they don't think they need you anymore and all that kind of stuff, because it happens quick. Mm-hmm. And I just have a nephew to get ready to move down to Miami, and I remember when he was I remember when he was nothing. That kid's now 26. I have. I remember I remember Dynas telling me about Massa. Massa's walking around right now. Hey, Mr. Fitzgerald and all this and all that. I mean, it just goes by fast.
Right.
And you can set that agenda for us for your house, but you won't be able to do it in traditional corporate America.
Right.
For those of you who are working at home, great. They still expect you to produce.
Facts.
No, still expect you to produce. Still expect you to produce. Okay, so you can work from home while you're working from home, but you can work from home on your home-based business that you operate from a cell phone, and you can make additional income or income that's going to replace what you're doing now. Prince Amir, that was what I'm getting ready to say. Besides, people take action because thinking about stuff like that, I guess that's good. Having to talk it over with someone, what we have to talk over. Do we want to make more money or not? So we got to talk that over with somebody. Do I want residual income or additional income in my house or not? An extra $500 a month can change the trajectory of most people's lives around this nation, around this world.
Right.
So is that the problem? Working myself up where I can get tax breaks because I have my own home-based business. That's something we have to think about. Acquiring assets like gold, that's going up in value instead of paper that's going down in value. That's something I have to think about. Leaving a financial legacy for your children's children. As the Bible says in Proverbs, a good man leaves a heritage for his children's children. That's something to think about. I got to make sure someone is aboard, my significant other, or they're support me. Man, please. I went through that. Needless to say, I built it myself. No, I don't. No, it was my business to ask my wife, can I have her permission to support my house and build wealth for us? I don't even come through my mind. Is it okay with you? Yeah, I can do that. And so once again, I'm different from you. But let me ask you, do you ask your significant other, you got to eat? Mm-hmm. No. You ask your significant other, do you got to go to the bathroom? No, you ask your significant other, you see how foolish that sounds? Right. I'm not advocating not team things, but sometimes you got to be your own team. And sometimes you just have the strength to do in your heart what you know is right. And building financial freedom for you and your family, that's right. And putting yourself in a position where you're not sucking on Maalox every day, that's right. Saving in assets, saving in gold, learning about crypto trading, learning about how to build wealth from the comfort of your home, that's right. Getting tax benefits because you have your own home-based business, that's right. Being able to take your income, maybe set up in Africa, live somewhere else, and still go over there and learn how to make money and have money coming in, that's right. No, what's not right is like, oh my God, I can't believe they just got rid of me on the shop. Oh, I hope they won't get rid of me. Oh my God, you heard about that person just died. They didn't have any assets to lead their company. I mean, their kids. They have to put up GoFundMe's, and I'm not knocking that, but it's high time out for that. The reason most people are in the position where they are because of economics, and the reason the economics because either A, they don't know how to get out of it, or B, they're not strong enough and have the courage enough to get out of it. Right. We can show you, we can help you with both. So Dynas, the floor is yours. I appreciate a lot of you guys with the incredible comments. I know it is. I mean, it's almost like I try not to give the fire hose approach. I mean, it's so much knowledge I have that I could want to talk to you, but we only have a limited amount of time. But if you don't get anything out of what I said, take action for yourself. Make moves, or moves are going to be made on you. Register your free account with Prince Amir. He's a good dude. He's helped a lot of people. He's a wealth builder. He stands behind his partners. He helps people. I can promise you that, and I'm going to help you along with helping them. We're going to show you what you need to know. And if this is not for you, great. It's not for you. Godspeed. I wish you well, whatever you do. Respect to you, whatever you do. But maybe it's for someone who share this with them, and we'll be glad to help them. They'll be glad they did. Prince Amir, thank you so much for your time.
Yes, sir. Everyone, thank you so much for joining. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Also, my affiliate links in the chat room. Click on that affiliate link. Sign up as an affiliate. Also, make sure you guys subscribe to Brother Fitzgerald's YouTube channel. Find ways to win. Again, find ways to win, and that's the number 2. Everyone, go subscribe. Until next time, family. Dynas Amir, search for Huru. Peace.